Have you ever felt lost in the labyrinth of dietary advice, particularly when it comes to safeguarding your heart? It seems like every other day, a new best heart-healthy diet emerges, touted as the ultimate solution to cardiovascular woes. One expert might passionately advocate for slashing carbohydrates, embracing the restrictive yet popular keto or carnivore approaches, promising a metabolic reset. Yet, almost simultaneously, another voice will champion the complete avoidance of meat, urging a transition to a plant-based vegan lifestyle for optimal heart health. Then, there are the enduring and often praised models like the Mediterranean diet, celebrated for its emphasis on whole foods and healthy fats, alongside specialized plans such as DASH, designed specifically to combat hypertension, and the ancestral-inspired paleo diet. The sheer volume and often contradictory nature of these recommendations can be overwhelming, leaving many of us wondering which path truly leads to a healthier heart. After more than a decade dedicated to the practice of medicine, during which I've had the privilege of guiding countless patients in harnessing the profound power of food as medicine, a fundamental truth has become abundantly clear to me. The conventional approach of strictly prescribing a single, rigid diet often falls short, not because the diets themselves lack merit, but because human nature, with its inherent complexities and challenges, frequently struggles with unwavering adherence. The reality is that for a significant portion of individuals, maintaining a highly restrictive eating plan for the long term proves to be an insurmountable hurdle. It's a critical insight. The most scientifically perfect diet in the world holds little value if it cannot be consistently followed. Therefore, my philosophy has evolved to prioritize sustainability and practicality above all else. I firmly believe that adopting a nutritional strategy that is, for instance, 70% optimal but can be seamlessly integrated into your life and maintained indefinitely offers far greater benefits than striving for a theoretically 100% perfect plan that can only be sustained for a fleeting 6 months before succumbing to burnout or frustration. The true objective, then, is not to perpetually chase the elusive next perfect diet, a quest often fraught with disappointment and yo-yo effects. Instead, the focus should be on intelligently identifying and consistently incorporating the most impactful, high-yield foods into your daily routine. These are the nutritional powerhouses that consistently surface across the vast landscape of scientific research. From numerous individual studies to comprehensive meta-analyses meticulously investigating heart disease. They are the common threads woven through the fabric of effective cardiovascular health strategies, regardless of the specific dietary framework. Our journey together will delve into these universally beneficial foods, exploring how they actively contribute to a healthier heart and robust arterial function, irrespective of your existing dietary preferences. Furthermore, it's equally crucial to distinguish between genuine, heart-healthy choices and those products deceptively marketed as such, which, upon closer inspection, may harbor hidden pitfalls for your cardiovascular system. We will critically examine these false friends of heart health, empowering you to make informed decisions at the grocery store. And as a comprehensive approach extends beyond just diet, we will conclude by exploring the most effective exercise modalities and a highly evidence-backed supplement that can significantly accelerate your efforts to reverse arterial plaques, offering a multifaceted strategy for profound cardiovascular well-being. Before we embark on our exploration of the most beneficial foods for heart health, it is absolutely paramount to establish a foundational understanding of how arterial plaques form in the first place. Grasping this intricate process is not merely an academic exercise. It is a critical step that empowers you to tailor your dietary and lifestyle choices with far greater precision, enabling you to lean into the specific high-yield foods that will be most effective for your unique circumstances. It's important to remember that each individual's physiological makeup, genetic predispositions, and overall risk profile are distinct, meaning that what proves effective for one person may not necessarily yield the same results for another. The accumulation of arterial plaque, a condition known as atherosclerosis, is far from a simplistic event triggered by a single factor. It's not solely attributable to elevated cholesterol levels, nor can it be exclusively blamed on high blood sugar, chronic high blood pressure, or generalized inflammation. Rather, plaque formation is the culmination of a complex, synergistic cascade, a perfect storm of biological events that unfold within the delicate lining of your blood vessels. This destructive process typically commences with damage to the endothelium, which is the incredibly thin, single layer of specialized cells that forms the inner surface of all your blood vessels. This endothelial injury, which can be provoked by various factors including high blood pressure, smoking, toxins, and persistently elevated blood sugar, renders the vessel wall vulnerable. Once this protective barrier is compromised, low-density lipoprotein, LDL, particles, particularly those containing a protein called apolipoprotein B, ApoB, are able to penetrate and slip through the damaged endothelial layer, embedding themselves within the arterial wall. This infiltration sets the stage for the next crucial step, inflammation. The immune system, recognizing these trapped and altered LDL particles as foreign invaders, initiates an inflammatory response. Within this inflammatory milieu, these LDL particles undergo oxidation, a chemical modification that makes them even more damaging and highly attractive to specialized white blood cells known as macrophages. These macrophages, part of your immune system's defense mechanism, migrate to the site of injury and begin to engulf the oxidized LDL particles in an attempt to clear the damage. However, in doing so, they transform into foam cells and become engorged with lipids, contributing significantly to the growing plaque. This attempted repair mechanism, ironically, often exacerbates the problem, leading to the continuous growth and expansion of the atherosclerotic plaque. The more oxidative stress present in the immediate environment of the arterial wall, the more vigorously this detrimental cycle repeats itself, perpetuating inflammation and further plaque accumulation. Therefore, an effective strategy for preventing and reversing atherosclerosis must be multi-pronged, targeting each of these mechanistic steps. The high-yield foods you integrate into your daily regimen should be carefully chosen for their ability to, firstly, lower levels of ApoB, thereby reducing the number of harmful particles available to penetrate the arterial wall. Secondly, significantly reduce systemic and localized inflammation, calming the immune system's overreactive response. Thirdly, improve the production and bioavailability of nitric oxide, a crucial molecule that helps relax and dilate blood vessels, thereby lowering blood pressure and protecting the delicate endothelium from further damage. And finally, modulate and calm that often overreactive immune response that inadvertently contributes to plaque growth. By systematically addressing these interconnected pathways, you can create a powerful internal environment that actively resists plaque formation and supports the healing and stabilization of your arterial system. When meticulously examining the vast body of scientific literature, encompassing major studies and comprehensive meta-analyses focused on dietary interventions for atherosclerosis, a remarkably consistent pattern emerges: the profound benefits of foods rich in lycopene. Lycopene, a vibrant carotenoid pigment, is predominantly found in fruits and vegetables that boast striking red and pink hues, offering both a visual feast and a powerful health boost. While tomatoes are perhaps the most widely recognized source of lycopene, its presence extends to other delicious and nutritious options such as guava, which is exceptionally rich in this compound, watermelon, providing a refreshing and abundant supply, the tangy pink grapefruit, and the tropical delight of papayas. The efficacy of lycopene in combating atherosclerosis stems from its incredible potency as an antioxidant. One of the primary architects of plaque formation is oxidative stress, a biological imbalance where harmful reactive oxygen species overwhelm the body's antioxidant defenses, leading to cellular damage and inflammation within the arterial walls. Lycopene directly counteracts this destructive process by actively targeting and neutralizing these detrimental reactive oxygen species, effectively reversing the oxidative damage. Compelling research lends strong support to these mechanisms. Studies have demonstrated that higher levels of carotenoids, including lycopene, are associated with a slower progression of the early stages of atherosclerosis. For instance, an influential observational study conducted in Finland suggested a significant correlation between dietary lycopene intake, particularly from processed tomato products, and a reduced risk of carotid atherosclerosis, highlighting its protective role against plaque buildup in arteries supplying the brain. Another recurring and exceptionally important theme that consistently surfaces across these scientific investigations is the critical role of phytosterols. These are natural plant compounds that bear a striking structural resemblance to cholesterol, and they are ubiquitously distributed throughout the plant kingdom, making them a readily accessible dietary component. Rich sources of phytosterols include a variety of nuts and seeds, with flax seeds and sesame seeds being particularly notable for their high concentrations. They are also found in significant amounts in legumes, whole grains, and a broad spectrum of fruits and vegetables, including carrots, broccoli, avocados, and various leafy green vegetables. The primary mechanism by which phytosterols exert their beneficial effects on cholesterol levels is through competitive inhibition of absorption in the intestines. When you consume foods rich in phytosterols, these plant compounds, due to their structural similarity, compete with dietary cholesterol for absorption sites within your digestive tract. This competition means that a smaller proportion of the cholesterol you consume is absorbed into your bloodstream, leading to a modest reduction in circulating cholesterol levels. However, the true magic of phytosterols and the more profound impact on cardiovascular health unfolds beyond this initial intestinal absorption phase. It's a crucial physiological detail that the majority of cholesterol circulating in our blood is not derived directly from the cholesterol we consume in our diet, but rather is meticulously synthesized internally by our liver. This is where phytosterols exert their more potent influence. When the liver senses a reduction in the absorption of dietary cholesterol due to the presence of phytosterols, it intelligently responds by upregulating its own mechanisms for maintaining cholesterol homeostasis. In an effort to re-establish balance, the liver significantly increases its uptake of low-density lipoprotein, LDL particles from the bloodstream. This active removal of LDL particles from circulation leads to a gradual yet sustained reduction in the overall number of LDLs, which critically carry apolipoprotein B, ApoB, circulating through your arteries. This reduction in ApoB carrying particles is immensely significant because, as unequivocally demonstrated by numerous meta-analyses and Mendelian randomization studies, LDL particles, and more precisely ApoB, are considered one of the primary independent drivers of atherosclerosis and subsequent heart disease. While not the sole factor, it is undeniably a key player in the initiation and progression of arterial plaques. The scientific evidence supporting the cholesterol-lowering effects of phytosterols is robust, with several comprehensive meta-analyses conclusively showing that an increased intake of phytosterols can lead to a significant reduction in LDL cholesterol levels, with an average observed decrease of approximately 14 milligrams per deciliter. This consistent finding underscores the importance of incorporating phytosterol-rich foods as a fundamental component of a heart-healthy diet, offering a potent natural mechanism to manage cholesterol and mitigate the risk of atherosclerosis. Moving further into the realm of plaque reversal and cardiovascular protection, another category of food compounds that proves absolutely essential is flavonoids. These remarkable natural compounds are ubiquitous in a wide array of plant-based foods, gracing our diets in succulent fruits such as a vibrant assortment of berries, crisp apples, and tangy oranges. Beyond fruits, they are also generously found in aromatic onions, robust leafy green vegetables, and, perhaps most delightfully, in the indulgent richness of dark chocolate. The mechanism by which flavonoids exert their profound benefits on arterial health is intricate and multifaceted, directly addressing key stages of plaque development. The insidious process of plaque buildup in our blood vessels typically initiates when LDL particles become trapped within the delicate inner lining of the arterial walls. subsequently undergoing oxidative damage. This oxidation transforms the LDL into a highly reactive and sticky substance, creating an inviting environment for further cellular interactions. In response to this molecular distress signal, various white blood cells, most notably macrophages, are recruited to the site. These immune cells, while initially attempting to clear the damaged material, inadvertently contribute to a localized inflammatory response, which in turn fuels the growth and expansion of the atherosclerotic plaque. This is precisely where flavonoids step in as powerful mediators. They function by significantly lowering the expression of adhesion molecules on the surface of endothelial cells, effectively rendering the arterial walls less sticky. This crucial action reduces the ability of immune cells and other harmful particles to attach to the vessel lining, thereby mitigating the initial steps of plaque formation and progression. Furthermore, by calming this cellular adhesion, flavonoids simultaneously dampen the inflammatory cascade. This allows macrophages to perform their immune functions in a more regulated and less aggressive manner, preventing them from oxidizing LDL into its more damaging form, a critical step in plaque development. Within the broad class of flavonoids, a particularly important subset known as catechins stands out for its potent cardiovascular benefits. Catechins are abundantly found in both green and black teas, offering a simple yet powerful way to incorporate these protective compounds into your daily routine. A compelling meta-analysis meticulously examining 9 prospective studies provided robust evidence of their efficacy. This analysis revealed that individuals who consumed 3 or more cups of green or black tea per day experienced a remarkable 21% reduced risk of stroke compared to those who consumed less than 1 cup daily. This finding underscores the significant protective role that regular tea consumption can play in overall cardiovascular health. Beyond these incredible plant compounds, another supremely important and potent nutrient that consistently garners attention in scientific studies is extra virgin olive oil. Its prominence across numerous investigations is undeniable, with high intake consistently correlating with a significant reduction in major cardiovascular events, including life-threatening heart attacks. The health-promoting properties of extra virgin olive oil are largely attributable to its rich composition of polyphenols and monounsaturated fats. Polyphenols are powerful antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that directly combat oxidative stress and chronic inflammation within the arterial walls. Concurrently, the monounsaturated fats contribute to healthier lipid profiles. Together, these components work synergistically to help smooth out the damaged endothelium, the delicate inner lining of the arteries, restoring its integrity and protective function. Furthermore, olive oil has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, a crucial factor in metabolic health, and to reduce systemic inflammation by targeting multiple, interconnected steps that lead to the development and progression of atherosclerosis. Extra virgin olive oil emerges as a cornerstone of any truly heart-healthy dietary strategy. Lastly, but certainly not least, incorporating fatty fish into your diet, such as the rich and flavorful salmon, mackerel, or sardines, offers unparalleled cardiovascular benefits. These types of fish are exceptionally rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA, and docosahexaenoic acid, DHA, which are recognized as incredibly vital for maintaining the optimal health and function of your heart and blood vessels. Numerous clinical studies have consistently demonstrated that individuals who regularly consume fatty fish, even just 1 to 3 times per week, exhibit a significantly lower risk of developing heart disease and experiencing strokes. A particularly impactful study, the multi-ethnic study of atherosclerosis, MESA, which stands as one of the largest and longest-running investigations into heart disease, revealed a compelling association. It found that higher circulating levels of DHA were linked to a 12% lower risk of carotid plaque progression. This is a critical finding, as carotid plaques are a direct precursor to strokes. The powerful omega-3 fatty acids exert their beneficial effects by effectively calming the immune response that often aggravates and destabilizes arterial plaques. Moreover, they are known to enhance the production of nitric oxide, a key molecule that promotes vasodilation and helps stabilize existing plaques, making them less prone to rupture and the subsequent formation of dangerous blood clots that can lead to catastrophic events downstream. While meticulously selecting and integrating the right foods into your diet is undeniably crucial for combating atherosclerosis, an equally vital aspect of heart health involves judiciously limiting or, in some cases, completely avoiding certain foods, particularly those known to promote systemic inflammation. It should come as no surprise that processed carbohydrates rank high on this list of foods to approach with caution. Items such as pastries, many breakfast cereals, and any food laden with excessive amounts of added sugar or fructose contribute significantly to an inflammatory environment within the body, which directly fuels the progression of arterial plaque. Beyond these obvious culprits, there are several common offenders that are often deceptively marketed as heart healthy, but upon closer inspection can actually undermine your cardiovascular well-being. Flavored yogurts are a prime example. While yogurt itself can be a beneficial food, many flavored varieties are packed with substantial amounts of added sugar, negating their potential health benefits. A far better strategy is to opt for plain, full-fat yogurts and then customize them with your own natural sweeteners or fruits for taste. Most people are now aware that many breakfast cereals are essentially glorified desserts, comprising mostly processed sugars. However, there are numerous alternatives that cleverly masquerade as healthy options but offer little improvement. This category often includes many breakfast bars and granola bars. It is imperative to become a diligent label reader, as many of these products, despite their wholesome-sounding names and appealing packaging, are still loaded with added sugars. Another particularly sneaky category, though technically a drink rather than a food, is fruit juice. Whether it's apple juice, orange juice, or any other type of juice, consuming these beverages typically means ingesting a significant amount of added sugars. Even if the label proudly proclaims no added sugars or asserts that the product contains only natural sugars, a fundamental problem persists. These natural sugars, while not chemically synthesized, are still absorbed by the body in a highly concentrated form, leading to rapid spikes in blood sugar. Furthermore, and crucially, these juices are devoid of the protective fiber that would naturally accompany whole, fresh fruit. As previously mentioned, fresh fruits are wonderful and unequivocally heart-healthy due to their fiber content and other nutrients. However, when fruit is consumed in its liquid form as juice, it becomes alarmingly easy to overconsume sugars and fructose, bypassing the natural satiety and glycemic control mechanisms provided by fiber. When it comes to expediting the reversal of atherosclerosis, the strategies extend beyond diet alone to encompass other powerful lifestyle interventions. Exercise, for instance, is not merely beneficial, it is profoundly important for overall heart health. While most forms of physical activity offer general cardiovascular advantages, there is a specific type of exercise for which we now possess compelling evidence demonstrating its ability to actively reverse arterial plaques. A landmark randomized controlled study published in the esteemed European Journal of Preventive Cardiology showcased remarkable findings. This research revealed that merely 6 months of supervised high-intensity interval training, HIIT, resulted in a significant reduction in plaque volume. What made these results particularly astonishing was that the observed plaque volume regression after 6 months of HIIT was slightly greater than that typically seen with statin drug interventions. While atherosclerosis is a chronic disease that develops over decades, and the long-term clinical outcomes of these initial findings are still being studied, the preliminary results from this research are undeniably remarkable and offer immense promise for the role of targeted exercise in cardiovascular health. Beyond the undeniable power of exercise, there exists a single supplement that warrants particular attention due to its surprisingly robust evidence in slowing the progression of coronary atherosclerosis: aged garlic extract. This isn't merely a traditional remedy or folk wisdom. Its efficacy is supported by rigorous scientific inquiry. A double-blind, randomized controlled trial, a gold standard in medical research, demonstrated that consistent supplementation with aged garlic extract has the capacity to stabilize vulnerable plaques, which are particularly prone to rupture and subsequent cardiovascular events. Furthermore, another randomized controlled trial reinforced these findings, showing that a group of participants who were randomized to take aged garlic extract for a full year experienced a lower progression of coronary artery calcification, a clear marker of atherosclerosis, and also exhibited improvements in blood pressure readings. These studies collectively paint a compelling picture of aged garlic extract as a valuable adjunctive therapy in the fight against heart disease. As a final bonus tactic that I frequently recommend to my patients for potentially enhancing cardiovascular health, consider incorporating sauna therapy into your routine. While it's important to note that direct, long-term evidence, specifically demonstrating plaque stabilization or regression directly attributable to sauna use, is still nascent, there is a wealth of persuasive indirect associations and mechanistic data that strongly supports its benefits. Numerous studies have indicated a significant link between regular sauna bathing and measurable improvements in endothelial function, which is the health and responsiveness of the inner lining of your blood vessels. This is a crucial indicator of cardiovascular well-being. Moreover, meta-analyses, such as one noteworthy review, have shown that regular sauna use can contribute positively to blood pressure regulation. While the bulk of the current evidence for sauna therapy's cardiovascular benefits is derived from observational studies and mechanistic data, the collective indirect evidence is sufficiently compelling to warrant its consideration. Its health benefits extend beyond just heart disease, with studies also linking regular sauna bathing to a significantly lower risk of all-cause mortality, suggesting broader systemic advantages. Therefore, based on the current, albeit imperfect, body of evidence, I genuinely believe that regular sauna therapy represents a worthwhile intervention to explore, particularly if you have convenient access to saunas. This multifaceted approach, combining strategic dietary choices, targeted exercise, evidence-backed supplementation, and promising lifestyle additions like sauna therapy, offers a powerful and comprehensive strategy for not only preventing but actively working towards reversing the insidious progression of atherosclerosis, ultimately fostering a healthier and more resilient heart.